Alright guys, welcome back. So next step, what I want to do here is the base, the bottom part. Okay, that can be eventually something we combine together, but for now what I need to do is have the base. So I can duplicate this guy and go for a BSI slice curve and just slice the base out. Okay, and then to shift and click on it, do a delete hidden, and then I can do like, oh, you know what, I cut something I don't want, so let me be a little bit more careful this time. Maybe I cut it really carefully on the edge. Yeah, that would be better. Okay, so there, and then here. Let's have a little turn there. Keep on going. Okay. Oh, I still don't have this part cut it out, but I can delete hidden for now, and I can keep on going. Just repeat that process again. Right. And then just the back. Right, Control Shift and click, do a delete hidden. And we can do a deformation and polish by feature to just polish it. You can drag that up. You can see what it does is basically smooth the edge a little bit more. Okay. Alright. Cool. I can then do a zero measure to get a simpler geometry. I can do that again. And zero measure. I can lower down the poly count. So this is going to be half. Okay, until I got a simpler model. Don't know what that is, but I don't care. Control Shift and click on that. Right, and then do a delete hidden. If you don't see the backside, you can turn on double side in the visibility, display options, properties. You turn on double, right? Anyway, so now I have a base model here, and I can extend that down as the base BZM to go for Z modeler, right? And just hover the cursor on the face, holding down space, go for extrude all polygons, and then just extrude that down. Okay, all right, cool. Let's see. Yeah, I cannot change the setting of just making it go down though. Anyway, and then I can go to the extrusion again to on the side and go for extrude poly loop. That should allow me to just extend it a little bit. Okay, all right, cool. And when I'm extending it, I can also holding down Shift. That's going to allow me to just extend it, not really do an extrusion. All right, cool. Now for the base, I can Control Shift and click on it, and then I can do some pushing and pulling using edge polish just to make them a little bit more flat. All right, and now I need to pick the part that I do want it to be. You know what? I need to do some more picking. Let me hit W and Control click on this guy to mask the others. I don't want them to be tilting down or tilting inwards. So this line should be straight instead of that, right? So I did some tweaking to fix it. Okay, and just drag those guys out a little bit. That should make it better. All right. Oops, not really wanted to dynamesh it. One thing I can do, BZM here, I can insert a edge loop here. Okay. Oh, before I do that, let me do a extrude polygon, just push it in a little bit, and then I add that edge loop here and just push it out to add a little detail there. I think that's something worth doing. Oh, and this time when I'm dragging it out, I have that, right? Maybe I don't need this line here. So BZM to go back to Z modeler, holding down space while my cursor is on the line, I can go for delete edge loop complete to get rid of that. Okay, Control Shift and click on that bottom part. Don't know why I lose that. I think I lose the. Yeah, I lost my polygroup. It's okay. I can go here, polynomial space, go for polygroup on the loop, so to just give that a group. Okay. Anyway, so let me Control Shift and click on the bottom. I can then mask the area that I will have the base extruded down. Control W to give the polygroup. Control Shift and click. Go to the extrude again. This time polygroup all, and just extend that down. Okay. I can go further than I need because I can always just clip it. So afterwards, I can use BCU clip curve and just Control Shift and drag to create my line and just clip it. Okay. And here the back shouldn't be tilting that way, right? So I can Control Shift and click on that guy, do a auto group, and so I can Control and click there to isolate that area. I can then tweak the shape. Okay, so that can go in. Okay, that should still remain somehow flat. And this entire thing can be smaller actually. Right, so I can shrink it in. Yeah, that's better. And just go tweak the shape to make it look more rounded and symmetrical. I can use the clip again just to push it in a little bit. Yeah. Smooth that. Okay, I can also drag it. Maybe a bit bigger here. Okay. Alright. I'll take that later when I have the front. So back here in the front, we can do the same thing, right? We can mask the areas. It's gonna be the part that will go down, right? Control W, Control Shift and click on that to isolate it. You know what? I think I want to go just a little bit further. So maybe I can use masking, but this time change the stroke to curve, right? That's gonna allow me to mask that and that. Okay, and then Control W, right? Cool. That's gonna be my part. That will go down. BDM, go to extrude and just extrude that polygroup out. Yeah, let's check that down, and then we can do our little clipping thing to define how do we want this to be. Okay, you know what? That doesn't really look good when I clip. So let me just carefully make it go down to the proper amount. Yeah. And I'm just gonna manually tweak it by using the edge polish, right, to polish that to make it more flat. And here I can also use edge polish with a big brush. I can double click on the dynamic here of the brush size to make it be able to go further than the maximum size. So what I think I can do is Control click here to mask that, right? And then I can use a move maybe that would do the job. I just wanted to make the front a bit thinner. Okay, cool. And I can hit D button to smooth preview and hit yes to take a look at that. You can see it's soft. So what I can do here is use some traditional way with the modeler by adding edge loops to tighten things up. Okay, so like that, and here. Also here. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I think this part is not arced. Maybe, I'm not sure. Feels like the arc is actually better looking. Anyway, so insert something here, right? To tighten that up. Hit the button and yes. Okay, don't quite like that. So I think that's because we have this line that is bending in. So BDM to go back to the modeler, I'm gonna go for a delete edge loop complete to get rid of that. And here this line, I just need to drag it out, right, to make it a little bit more flat. So maybe I can try Control Z to go back before I add those edge loops. Control Shift and click on that. Okay, or maybe this guy first, do a auto group so that they all have different groups. And then what I can do is Ctrl Shift and click on this guy again there, and again there. Ctrl Shift and drag. Before that, I have to change the brush while holding down Ctrl Shift. Right, go to select rectangular to reverse that. Okay, and I want to use edge polish to make it more flat by holding down Alt while sculpting on it. Okay, that should pull things out, right? Until I don't see a very clear line. That means that indicate that they're more flat now. Okay, something I have to do. Okay, so this is hard surface master, but that gives me some flexible, not flexible, but some more control to create clean shapes very easily. Okay, I believe there is other ways, like you can basically just sculpt everything here for the base, right? I don't think that's gonna be either hard or, you know, having some downside at all. It just feels like this is more convenient for me. So I just mask that part and just drag it forward. Okay, maybe before I do that, maybe what I do is just mask the top part. I think I can just also mask that. Just shifting these guys forward just a little bit. Yeah. Again, we can do some final clip to just make the bottom flat. Okay. And that's why I make them thicker than I need, because that way I can just create a straight line here, right? And to cut the things I don't really need. Okay, that's gonna make the bottom quite flat. All right. Again, finally, what I need to do is BDM to go to the modeler and use insert edge loop complete to tighten things up. And hit yes. All right, I think that part has similar issue here. So let's see if I can just do it right now. Use edge polish. Right. I think this time I need to polish it in, so it shouldn't be really that hard. Just push it in, right, to make it more flat. And this guy needs to go out. Maybe I cannot smooth it that easily. But I can do it while I'm in smooth preview mode, and I can then tweak it. Okay. Yeah, maybe I can add just another edge loop over here to make that sharper. All right, cool. Now I have a really clean base, right? That's the reason I do it in a hard surface way, because I can get something pretty clean, and I just don't worry about what, you know, making it like clean at all. It's just already pretty good, right? So that's why I do it this way. Anyway, so moving on to the next video, we're gonna keep on blocking other shapes, right? To add, you know, smaller patches of the show. Okay, see you next time.